The Russiagate's totally discredited. All the documents have been released that Obama, Brennan, Clapper, Comey cooked it up with Hillary. Spied on me, spied on Trump, did all that. Oh, now it's not Russia, which Hunter and his dad were getting money from Moscow. No. It's just that we make so much money getting censored, getting sued, getting attacked. No, we have integrity. Like when Trump came out 2 weeks ago and said, don't look at Epstein, and you're not a part of MAGA if you don't. If you ask questions, I said, I'm not in the cult if that's what you're doing. Trump's full of crap. See, because I don't follow talking points some boss gives me. I have integrity. And the Democrats are pure evil and known to be bad. And if I start seeing Trump go sideways, which I'm seeing, I'm going to criticize him. So that's not something Andrew, butt kisser of the establishment, Callahan, and crackhead, pedophile aficionado, Hunter Biden understand. So don't ever compare me to yourselves that do stuff like a vending machine like you and your father and 10% for the big guy.
And meanwhile, it became this thing. And, you know, like, I really don't mean it like, oh, poor, woe is me. But it became this thing. Where do I start with my defense? Do I start with my defense about the fact that, yeah, the special counsel charged me? Yeah, I didn't pay my taxes on time.
Yeah.
But then I paid with penalties and interest. But then this happened, and but wait, what about the gun? And you were a crack addict, right? And when were you a crack addict? And there was cocaine found in the, oh, wait a second. You were doing business in Ukraine? What about that bioweapons lab in Ukraine? And don't you have some connections to George Soros? I mean, you can go down that chain, like I said before, from the reality.
Yeah, Soros isn't the sugar daddy for the Democrats, who the State Department laundered money through, all on record, or the open borders, or the NGOs, human trafficking. Yeah, you're not in hundreds of videos, well, freaking thousands in your laptop that the FBI knew was real and said wasn't and censored everybody in 2020. No, you're just a victim. And we have the audio you saying you work for the head of Chinese intelligence.
I get calls from my father to tell me that the New York Times is calling, but my old partner, Eric, who literally has done me harm for I don't know how long, is the one taking the calls because my father will not stop sending the calls to Eric. I have another New York Times reporter calling about my representation of literally, Dr. Patrick Ho, the spy chief of China, who started the company that my partner, who was worth $323 billion, founded, and is now missing. The richest man in the world is missing, who was my partner.
No, you and Swallowswell, you don't work for the Chi-Coms. You're good Americans. Let's continue.
Soros. I mean, you can go down that chain, like I said before, from the reality-based kind of conspiracies that are trumpeted by Steve Bannon all the way down to Alex Jones.
Yeah.
And below.
I mean, I just feel like maybe this isn't a woe is me thing, but I mean, it's just kind of sad. Like, I don't want to, make you play the victim here or anything, but you got a year plus sober. You've just married the love of your life. Things are starting to look up, and all of a sudden, all of your private messages and photos for 2 decades are now owned by the political opposition of your father and are being published by a sort of horrible ecosystem of these like carnivorous.
By the way, I was joking. It's Alexander Soros married to Abedin. But I mean, I don't want to say you're the victim. I just want to play a bunch of clips out of context from a comedy show and make Alex shows look bad for the crackhead pedophile. And again, this Callahan guy, they prop him up. Nobody watches him. Nobody cares. It's like Colbert. It's all a big joke. But they don't stop. They just continue trying to con us, continuing with their fraud. Continue.
These like carnivorous journalists who are just looking to destroy and dissect every element of your private life. Do you feel like sobriety became harder after the October surprise? You would think the answer was yes, but what it ended up doing is that it ended up, I had for the first time ever to truly make a choice in sobriety, like in full sobriety, months of sobriety, for the first time in my life to make a choice whether to live or die. And what I mean is that I knew there would be no coming back.
So the PR firms got together months ago and said Hunter is totally shot. The auto pens come out. It was a dictatorship, total fraud. The Bidens were taking money from everybody. They weren't Chinese agents, Russian agents, Ukrainian agents. They were just vending machines you put money into and got what you wanted. Who do we go to? We go to Andrew Callahan, the joke of jokes. The guy that puts out Sandy Hook lies against Alex Jones. The guy that says it's a comedy show and it's not against Alex Jones. Let's go to that perfect fraud. And let's have him make everybody feel sorry for Hunter Biden and all the hundreds of millions of dollars he laundered through to his dad. You guys are beyond a joke. Oh, this is the smartest Biden. This is the best Biden. And he says you're the smartest guy in the world. Here's the difference. I'm not funded by the communist Chinese or the Russians or the Ukrainians or Burisma. I'm not with a bunch of crack whores and crack and in beds, you know, naked with kids and these photos on his laptop that are nightmarish. We're not going to show them here. It's a family show. I'm funded by you. And more importantly, I'm supported by you by your word of mouth. They've done everything they can to shut me down. And so that's why trash like this continues to attack me. I can't keep doing this without your support. The Democrats have filed to put a receiver in to shut us down again. They failed a bunch. We're beating them in court. We caught a bunch of money laundering going on with the Justice Department. We're winning. But I need your support. I don't want to see them kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see them kissing goblins, succubus with goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see them kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see them kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins.